Hi guys, just a quick update because I wanted to show you a specific feature on the McLaren 650S, the loud start sequence. Something I do remember knowing from the McLaren 12C, but I'd completely forgotten about it with the 650S until I sort of stumbled into it the other day by accident. So I'm going to show you that and show you how you can make the car a little bit louder at startup. But also I'm filming this on a brand new Sony Handycam, PJ810, that I've just bought myself for the Geneva Motor Show, along with a wide-angle lens. So you can probably tell I feel a little bit further away from the camera than normal, and that's going to help me when I get to the motor show, because like this, I can be closer to the car but still see all of it, and that's going to significantly help when there are lots and lots of press around. But we're in for a very big Geneva show. I can't wait, and I'm going to shoot another little piece talking about what's coming up and some of the highlights, but get ready for all of that. Now, I know some of you are going to comment about my car being in a very, very tight space here in my garage. Well, I do actually have other spaces, but they're on lower levels, so it's easier for me to park the car here in this narrow gap than it would be to take it down. I just have to fold in the mirrors and be careful when I'm reversing. But reality is I'm not going to get it wrong, you know, doing that. Just have to be slow and steady. I do have the car with the lift up though to get over the first ramp into the garage, so it's a little bit funny seeing it with the splitter so far up like that. But anyway, the purpose of this video is to show you this loud start sequence. So I'm just going to start my other camera on the outside here so we can hear it. I have a reversing camera so I can very safely come back towards the wall as well. Let me now jump in. Obviously it's keyless, the key's in my pocket, so you just press the button, door pops, lift it up. I do find it quite funny how it opens conveniently with the pillar right there. And we step in over the carbon side sill. Easier to do than people think it is. Normally we've got the 650S logo. Now for fairness, I'm going to close the door just so we can hear what it's like from the inside as well. Now, this is where normally you would put your foot on the brake and press the start button and fire it into life. Foot off the brake, once to wake up the car, once more to turn the ignition on, and you get that nice needle sweep, which is cool. You can see it's all warm because I've just been out driving. We've also got the lift up symbol there on the display as well. So the difference from normal is pressing the active button to engage active dynamics. Now this is where normally when you're driving, you've got the suspension and handling and the gearbox and the powertrain. You've got normal, sport and track modes on each. The difference with track on the powertrain is that you have the intake sound generator open, so more noise from the engine, pure noise, comes in through valves in the backboard, and also the gearbox is programmed, or the ECU is programmed, to raise the revs a little bit higher and make a little bit more noise. So now, when we put our foot on the brake pedal and start it up, listen out, it will rev a little bit higher than usual and make a very nice sound. So as you saw, blipped it up towards 4,000 or so rather than the normal, I think maybe just under 3,000. Try that out again in a moment and just remind myself, but it's kind of fun because it's just a little bit more revvy and jazzed up than normal for the sake of just turning it on and giving one or two buttons. I think in the P1, if you have it in race mode and you start up in race mode, it automatically does that and just blips it a little bit louder. But in this car, you don't have a sort of permanent race mode as such to do that with. Random observation I noticed though, in neutral, if you're static, the revs are really, really low and you can hear it almost rumbling. Whereas if I put it in drive, you can watch the revs come up, and even though it doesn't automatically pull away, the handbrake holds it. It's interesting just that the revs are a little bit higher. It's not something I've experienced in cars before. There we go, if we put it back in neutral, watch them drop off again a little bit. Now for the sake of interest, I'm just going to turn off the car and just give it a moment. And then I'm going to start it up again just so you can experience normal startup. With cars like this with twin turbos, you shouldn't start and stop them too frequently because otherwise the fuel doesn't completely go through the system. But once shouldn't be a problem. So imagine now we've just got back in the car, straight in, foot on the brake and start up the engine. Slightly slower startup as it kicked back into life, just cleaning things and getting it running. Sort of what I expected. But interesting one. There we go. the loud start sequence in the McLaren 650S. So hopefully this has all come out well. Looking forward to seeing how it looks with the wide angle lens, and getting myself ready for the Geneva show. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch up with you very soon. Cheers. And then we're going to go inside for that one, the Mantis Green new Shmeemobile 650.